You
I
receive
just wanted to
visions and
comment
truths.
that Evie's just kind of like, what is everyone doing?
What is happening? Oh God! Yeah,
Cheering me on as I shout to the beyond.
Yes, just
yeah.
like trust.
It's like she's not supportive. Like she's super supportive about this,
Yeah.
but she's gonna direct traffic. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna be like, all right, everyone, just mind your own business.
As we all hold hands and ask to see if it wants blood.
Large
Alas, for the awful sea.
And upon saying the thing, a wave comes up. And, Barney, everything seems to slow down. And as this wave retreats, there is a figure standing there that is very sort of translucent to you. It looks as though made of water with a crown upon its head. Female, long hair. Drifts ethereally towards you. And everything else you see, you kind of see sort of out of the corner of your eye, everyone's moving very slowly.
Is it time then?
Time. Do you promise?
You.
You think I'm here to kill you?
I think you're here to take me.
I will one day, but I could not kill you, not you. No. But if you agree, when you pass, you will join me. This, and she sort of looks over, and you see them. She's glancing over, and you see it's them very slowly in slow motion, pushing Gwenna into this boat. You're like, that one is the source. If they offer her, I will take her. Or if she were to leave. That would ease things perhaps as well. But either way, she need no longer be here. If they leave that up to me, I will see to it.
After what she's done to you, I don't trust her not to do it again.
Well, then, if the offer is made, I will take her.
When
Now,
when will I get to see her again?
she has something she wants to say to you. And for a brief moment, and again, everyone else is not really necessarily, everyone's moving very slowly as this is going on. Orla, you have kind of a sense of this going on. Everyone else is a little bit still sort of moving in slow motion. But for a moment, this image appears. And you hear it speak.
You know,
when the old sailors talk about finding peace in death, a place to finally rest, they sure didn't know you, did they, Papa? What are you doing? 20 years. 20 years. You've been living this way, searching for some closure, for answers. There are no answers. I'm gone. It's as simple as that. What you're trying to do now is ridiculous. We trust the sea. We trust it to guide us and carry us where we need to go. But you know as well as I that the sea is cruel and mysterious, and the ways she works are never what you expect. I trusted the sea, Papa, but above all else I trusted my crew. Because the real folks around you are the ones you should confide in. When it came time to make a choice, the crew or my life, it wasn't a choice at all. I knew that if I went down saving another, then I had lived the life you raised me to. I know you miss me. I know that your heart aches. Why can't you be proud of what I did? Let me rest a savior and not a martyr. Papa, let me rest so you can rest. Keep my rabbit's foot close to you. Remember me when you need to, but you have to let me go.
And with that, vision of her vanishes. The sea will look at you. Sorry, go ahead.
I just stop in my tracks. And everyone who's looking at me for guidance, cheering me on, they just see me stop. And look out, crying. I watch.
The sea will look down at you. She'll actually come down a little bit to be at eye level with you. I am, despite everything, helping take care of your daughter. I ask one thing in return. She glances up and looks in Orla's direction, then back at you. Help me to take care of mine. And then, like that, she disappears in a spray of ocean. Time returns to normal. And again, the shouting is continuing there. Trying to crowd Gwenna Daniels onto the boat. What's happening?
Barney is looking back at Orla. Tears running down his cheeks.
She gives him a little nod.
You can see this pouch. You're going to look inside, and it's a few. Basically, there are a couple of common sense little sort of little items for like lockpick type things. But then you also will see that she put in there's a recording device that you recognize. You think. This is the kind of recording device that your father used to have. And she did tell you there was a message apparently he left that required both of you. You look at it, because it's sort of keyed to your DNA. It looks like she actually already unlocked her side of it, but she couldn't get into it because you weren't there. And so actually, you could, if you wanted to, see this message for yourself because she's already unlocked her side of it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. I will need just a moment while we do this. Let me scroll to the right file. If we're ready, I'm going to play a file now.
Where are you playing it in?
I'm playing it in Roll20.
Okay, hold on. I have to.
An audio file.
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
I will tell you that where do you do this? Do you just do this in the temple, or are you going to...
I think I step aside, like to a little, like maybe private alcove or something.
Yeah, there are plenty of those in here.
Yeah.
You see an image, a holographic image of your father. And he begins speaking.
This is a message from my daughters, Levitt and Euphemia. I will be direct. If you are hearing this, it means that I have perished. While I had hoped to never involve either of you in the following dealings, if I am to pass soon, I fear there is no other choice. I shall inform you of our family's unsavory history, in the hopes that you shall not repeat my mistakes. By now you have likely already uncovered some semblance of my entanglements with the Ascendancy, the clever girls that you are. I first joined the Order many years ago, not long before your grandfather ceded control of our house to me. It seemed that with my succession they were finally interested in inviting me into their cabal. I shall make no excuses for my motivation for accepting. They offered great power, and I eagerly sought after it. The connections the Ascendancy offered access to were numerous, and none were more welcoming to me than Wolf Greville, whom you may recall visiting our estate frequently when you were younger. I remember chastising him once for bringing you a book, Effie, that I thought was far too advanced for your age. Both of you proved me wrong, I suppose. I considered Wolf a friend. Perhaps I still do. I believed in the mission that he regaled me with, that as nobles our purpose was to shepherd humanity to our greatest potential, at any cost. But as I rose in the ranks of the Order, I soon learned that there was an even greater goal beyond the veil. They spoke of ancient beings from a dimension beyond our own, and how we, as chosen ones, could work to ascend to a state akin to godhood alongside them. I admit that while I was skeptical at first of their unconventional beliefs, I was not deterred by this discovery. In fact, I was drawn further in, both by their rigorous historical research and the undeniable appeal of unfettered power. No, I remained devoted far beyond that, until the day I learned what they believed it would take to truly ascend. The Ascendancy intends to harness the power of these alien beings to gain control of all life in the universe. None but their own order would be spared from their domination. It was only then that I realized the error of my ways. I thought of you, my daughters, and the dark deeds you'd be pulled into to join me in the ranks of the oppressors. I did not want that for you. It's been 10 years now since I doffed my robes and blade, hoping to rid my conscience of the darkness I had inflicted upon it. I have devoted my time since then to opposing them in the shadows, our family's finances drained in an attempt to thwart the plans. I wanted to believe that Wolf was still my friend, despite my recusal, but in time I believe he began to suspect my actions, and I saw him drawing ever closer to you both. I feared he was trying to recruit you, to bring the noble house of Teague back into the fold. Now I have learned that he is also connected with the Cinder Throne, and I can no longer remain a passive actor in this. I still believe there is a good man in Wolf. When I see him next, I hope to convince him to cease his shady dealings, and if he refuses, then to sever all contact with my family. Euphemia, I know that you and Wolf are still close, but I need you to understand. If he will not listen to reason, if I have indeed passed, he is not the friend I once knew. This galaxy is an unforgiving place, and I have tried my best to protect you both from it, and from me. I had hoped that by distancing myself from you both that you would grow stronger, seek a different path than my own. But in the absence of love, what angry void remains? I shall not beg your forgiveness. My only wish is that you may see through the malice and care for each other in the ways that I have failed to. Levitt, you have always been my strongest child. I have no doubt that you will weather this storm. I suspect that your mother will need your strength with my passing. Please, take care of her for me. I know I have been harsh on you and your fiancé, but please know it is only because I believe you truly deserve nothing less than the happiness your mother and I share. So long as you and Russ truly care for each other, I would be proud to call him my son, even if he is a commoner who works with his hands. One last thing. Alongside this holotape, you will find a ledger. In it are all of the records of my financial dealings in the past several years, which I have carried out in secret to avoid the Ascendancy's watchful eyes. I have funneled most of our fortune into purchasing a majority stake in the Crown Mining Company, which has extensive mining rights in the Tauran sector. If my research is correct, the alien power source the Ascendancy is searching for is located there, and as such I have used the company to thwart their probes in the sector. The ledger should contain the master keys to all my various shell accounts. I have financially walled off this estate on the taxes to ensure that debt collectors cannot seize it, but I believe that by the time you find this, the dividends from Crown will be sufficient to pay off the rest. I'm certain that things have not been easy for you if I have passed, but I believe in both of you. You will always be my little shining stars.
Is the ledger there?
There is a ledger file.
I immediately look through it, and does it corroborate everything that he said?
It looks like it's going to take some time to get in depth, but at a glance, it kind of is looking like it. It's looking like he made it so that he looked complete. He distanced himself as best as he could so that it looked like, one company to another company so that it looked like it was someone else. And it was that he did that with several companies, apparently.
That same emphatic fuck that Fergus gave moments ago. Levitt gives her own fuck. And I think with this, with a purpose, just holds this stuff or puts it back in that bag, ties the pouch or secures the pouch to her own waist, and without saying anything to Fergus, Fergus would know that look on her face of determination. She's walking out of the temple. Doesn't even exactly know what she's going to do or where she's going. She's hoping that some sort of idea hits her. She knows she has to do something.
Yeah.
Yep. Fergus is on her heels. He just shoots a look over at Eamon and is on her heels. Levitt. What's going on?
I thought my father was a bad person. I thought Russ was a bad person. Everything that I've known has just been turned completely upside down. My whole world has just been flipped, and I have no idea what to do about it.
Fergus just hugs Levitt.
there is this tension in her, and she takes one of those like shuddering breaths and just lets it go, and for a moment just goes like sort of slack in your arms. Because I think she needed a hug in that
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Very desperately.
He pats her on the back. Waits until she's like her breathing has stabled a little bit.
Yeah,
has
yeah,
calmed
yeah.
a little bit, and then steps back and goes, "Right. So what do we need to do?"
I don't know. My father was not a villain like I thought he was, but my sister is going down that path, and I need to make sure that she doesn't.
Okay. What does that mean?
She escaped on a ship. That's what Eamon said, and I need to make sure that she doesn't, that she hears this, that she knows that our father would not want this for her, that we've been turned by someone who has nefarious purposes.
Do you think she'll believe you?
If she hears this, yes.
Okay. Can you reach her? Do you know how to contact her? Because she's got that key, and that key is going to open up the gate.
Oh, she'll trust me after what I did. I shot her.
Well, I mean, you probably had good reason.
She was trying to shoot me. It was.
Oh,
it was
yeah, that's good reason. Yeah.
even odd. Okay.
Family's complicated. I get that. I get family, but it's been a couple of centuries. But family can be complicated.